Well, hey crafty friends, it's Heidi Scott with DIY Dreaming, and on this video tutorial what I'm going to show you is how you can distress wood like this, and I'm going to show you how I put this together using something that is one of the newer products from magnoliadiy.com, which is called Scorch paste. It's basically, instead of using fire or extreme heat in a wood burning gun, you're using chemicals to burn wood. So this is what we're going to be working on, but I am going to show you a few other things while you're here. As you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. Let's start with this. Okay, I put this together about a week ago, and basically what I did is I smushed together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 5-gallon paint stir sticks from Walmart, and I used some masking tape to tape them together. And then I applied my beautiful stencil, this gorgeous old country church, and with a squeegee, some of this Scorch paste, and then I burned it using my heating gun from Magnolia. And this is what we have. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to distress it. And you're not going to believe how easy this is. You can do all different levels of distressing depending on what you're looking for. Let me show you a couple. Last week I made these as well. This is just a little breadboard that says "You had me at homemade." It's got a cute little loaf of sourdough bread, a rolling pin, and I used my yucky chip brush to distress that. Here is another one this is what it started out looking like, and this is what it looked like after I distressed it. So I will be adding a stencil to the front of this, and I will also be distressing the back of it so it all makes sense. So that's one thing that you can do. And before I jump in, I know I'm going to be all over the place because this is so fun. I wanted to mention also that you can, in addition to burning wood, you can also burn paper. And these are 2 paper bags that I burned. This one was from Dollar Tree. You get a set of 3 for $1.25, and it says the secret ingredient is always love. And then here's another with that little sourdough loaf. You can also do fabric, as long as it's something like cotton. And these are 2 projects that I made. This is cotton duck, okay, that I stenciled using my Scorch paste. And then I heat burned it with my heating gun. So there's one, and here's one. So there's lots of things that you can do with this. What we're about to do right now is I'm going to show you how to distress. Okay, and it's not hard at all. You want the cruddiest chip brush that you can find, and this is actually the one that I used last week. I have not gotten around to cleaning it. I don't suppose that that's important. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little painter's palette right here to work off of, and I'm just going to scoop out a little bit of my Scorch paste. This is what I'll be dipping my brush into. So I'm going to apply about half of it, and then I'll show you how it burns. Okay, so I'm going to just dip my cruddy chip brush into my Scorch paste and offload it a little bit. And then I'm just using long wispy strokes. It's like dry brushing to get it on here or there. There might be a better way to apply it. I don't know. So I'm just dry brushing some of this on. And oh, I did want to tell you that there's two different ways that you can do this. You can distress your wood piece first and then do a stencil, or you can do the stencil first and then do the distressing second. I don't think it matters which way you go. And also I will note that when I did all of my projects, I did not wait 10 minutes for this this Scorch paste to basically dry before I turned on my hot gluing device or my heating gun. I don't know if that's important or not, but it hasn't seemed to make a difference in my projects that I didn't do that. Okay, let's see what these look like so far. Okay, and my heat gun is from magnoliadiy.com. It is 120 volts and 300 watts. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm just going to turn it on high. It'll take just a second for this to kind of heat up. It's starting. And don't feel like you have to put on a super heavy coat first pass, because you can go over and over and over it. Burn a little bit, come back, burn a little bit more. Do you see that? Come back, burn a little bit more, come back. You don't have to do it all at once. See if I can hold it up a little bit. What this looks like to me is it looks almost like I did this on old barnwood or something, instead of just brand new paint stir sticks for 5-gallon cans of paint from Walmart. So I think it gives it a real interesting look. Let's do these next two so that we can see how it looks over the top of an area that I've already stenciled. And you can do edging as well. Oh, and did I tell you how I finished this? I'm so excited. I may have forgotten. So I stenciled it with everything all smushed together. Then I spaced it out just a little bit, and I used craft sticks, hot glue, and a little bit of E6000 glue just to hold the pieces together. If I had had smaller 1-gallon paint stir sticks, I would have used that, but I did not have any of those handy. And it's pretty sturdy. It could be hung. There's lots of things that you could do with it. So let's continue burning for just a minute more. This looks to me almost like I did the project seriously on some old wood. I'm going to see if I can possibly flip my camera down without throwing it on the floor so that you can see how it starts to turn. So I don't feel like I got enough up here, and I can see a few areas where I wish it had more streaky look to it. So I just added a little bit more. Bit more, put it on my plate to dip my brush into. I've done a lot of projects with this one little container, plus one little pouch that came in the Craft Club project kit for January, and I still have a good amount left. So I don't think this is going to be a medium that you're going to use up super quick. So let's just add a little streaky right there. Go ahead and do it right here. What my chip brush is doing is it's basically catching the grain, the wood grain, the rough patches, and it's grabbing So that is what I wanted to show you, how you can use Scorch paste to create a distressed, like vintage barn wood or old farmhouse wood look, just using a yucky chip brush, some Scorch paste, and some wood. I hope that this gave you lots of ideas. If you would like to check out any of my supplies, look at the Scorch paste, or perhaps this beautiful church stencil, or my awesome little heating gun. If you would like any information about that, just comment Torch, T-O-R-C-H, or Scorch, S-C-O-R-C-H, in the comments here, and I will send you a message to your Facebook with all the links and a list. Alrighty, have a blessed and wonderful rest.